Yeah,
The collaboration of like-minded professional organizations who've come together to provide services to business owners in Oakland County.
Say that one more time, young man.
Yes, bow tie.
That rolled off my tongue. I can't repeat it. See, a
Yes, bow tie.
collaboration of like-minded professional organizations that came together to support businesses in Oakland County, something like that.
So let's see if we can wing it. How are we going to acknowledge Benjamin though? Do we actually put him on the front, or do we simply say we have support staff? Is he going to fall in the support staff space?
So my question to that is, we presented him as being part of the team, so I don't think he necessarily would be support staff. He's on the cover of our proposal, so we can't say just support team. He's put out as being a major player. If they see our proposal, he's a major player.
Right, and he's part of our team, even though he's not part of the partnership. So how do we talk about
that? Let me see if I can freestyle it.
Okay.
Greetings. My name is Laura Sigmund. I'm the president and CEO of Business Triage Systems, and thank you for joining our webinar today. We are a group of collected, experienced service providers, strategic planners, financial bankers, loan underwriters, and we have a CPA on our team. We're really excited about having the opportunity to present to you several key points that will illuminate some of the services that we actually offer. You'll hear from Warren Galloway, you'll hear from Lawrence Jackson, and you'll hear from myself about how it is we plan to actually support the small businesses and mid-sized businesses there in Oakland County. How is that?
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One of the things maybe I would change, I love it how you say we have a CPA on our team, but identify a title for each one of us.
Okay.
So that, which gives, even though it's just a title, in the beginning it gives them think, oh, a CPA. Oh, we got someone who specializes in funding.
So instead of saying the areas of expertise, introduce the titles and the areas of expertise.
Yeah, because we want them to know that while you are the CEO, you also have a certain level of expertise that they can take advantage of.
It's difficult to be that proud, have that much prowess when you're the one trying to introduce everybody else, because you're already introducing and then you said you're the lead. I'll get to it when I talk about my operational space.
Okay.
So let me try it again. Greetings and hello. Thank you for joining our webinar today. My name is Laura Sigmund. I'm the president of Business Triage.
Wait. Slow down just a little bit. Breathe.
I'm going too fast. Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. Hello. My name is Laura Sigmund. I am the president and CEO of Business Triage Systems, and collectively we are a group of business strategists. We are really proficient in all things finance, operations, marketing, and funding. We're really excited about having also on our team an actual CPA. I think to date, you'll get some really good information from Warren Galloway, who is our COO, our Chief Operating Officer. You'll get some really fantastic information from Lawrence Jackson, fondly known as LJ, as our Chief Financial Officer. And you'll also potentially hear from our CPA, as we need to have that whole extra vetting space. Really excited to tell you about what it is that we do at Business Triage Systems and how we're best able to support your ongoing business operations in the midst of COVID and beyond. Thank you for listening. How does that work?
That's good.
I love it. The only thing I would change, instead of saying LJ, say Maestro. You gotta get that straight.
Then I'm gonna have to call you Bow Tie, and the other one's Boom Boom.
Yeah, affectionately known as Bow Tie and Boom Boom. Oh my God.
They'll just click off right then.
Oh man.
So cool. So that's, really quick. I wanted to be a really quick introduction. Do you think I need to dig deeper into the capital coach component? Do we want it? Because I don't want to, we only have a couple minutes. I want to give you guys the floor to talk about your expansive space and then the offers that the actual areas of offering that you would do for Oakland. I didn't want to stay on the stage long, just to do the intro.
Well, what I would suggest is that you might mention the comprehensive services that we have, and let's get started with.
So list them. I can list the services. So let me pull them up there.
Our process. Let's talk a little bit about our process.
I can do that too. Let me. Okay, right. So
I'm going to bring up this proposal while you do that, because I want to just look at it and see if there's some talking points from the proposal we submitted.
Yep, I got it. I can show it too while we are.
Because if they see our proposal beforehand, there's probably some level of expectation.
And that's the best question, Warren, because we don't know what they know. We don't know what they see exactly, right?
Yeah, I doubt if they're going to share the proposal with the clients or potential clients, but they might share our bios or some brief information, but they haven't asked us for that.
Sure. All right.
So our bios are in our proposal.
Okay.
All right, let me try one more again, and then we'll keep it going. And I will slow it down. I'm gonna have a cup of wine in a glass of wine in my hand. I'll be sure. Sip.
So, like for instance, I'm reading this cover letter here, and some of this we can even take out in the beginning, because it says here, for instance, I read this one sentence. It says our extensive and successful track record in supporting entrepreneurs, not only in Oakland County but around the state, has allowed us. Let's see.
Where you at, Warren?
I'm looking at the cover letter. This is in the body of the cover letter. That's why I say we can go ahead. There's certain things we can just take out.
From that. Okay.
Right there.
Because I went straight to this page right here to read this.
Right, but you might find a good 1 or 2 sentences in that cover page.
All right, so let me then start a new document. That'll be my talking points.
Like for instance, it says we clearly understand the hardship and uncertainty many businesses are experiencing.
Hey, Warren, highlight. I see you right here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That looks good. That first sentence where it says we clearly understand, to let them know that we're not just pitching services.
Sure, I can read this whole thing.
Yep. We clearly understand
that whole paragraph is good.
All right. So I'll highlight this. I'll address that. And then the services.
This is where I got those services from.
Right, of course.
I reordered them to kind of make it flow so that we talk about evaluation or feasibility. Most of you are already in business, and we don't necessarily have to do a feasibility study, but for those of you that might need that, maybe you're looking at doing a new project or expanding your business.
So LJ, I did not mean feasibility as a startup, feasibility as profitability.
Okay.
So meaning, how do we know you even have a sustainable operation? How do we know you can cash flow? You can be in business for 30 years, still don't mean you have a good process.
You ain't never lied. I've seen that. So we start out. I mean, then that's how we talk about the process. Now, if you want to, you can flip it to me, and I can start talking about the process. First thing we do is we're going to do an evaluation.
So I like that. I like the tag where we go back and forth. So I'll maybe start off with, here's the team. I'll read the little piece that Warren said I should read in the cover letter. LJ, you can hit these services, and I don't have to do it.
Okay.
And then Warren, you can come in and start illuminating the customers or clients that we've touched.
Okay.
You cool with that?
Yes. Just gotta bring it all together.
And then we break out into our individual areas of discussion.
Right. And then once we do that,
we should probably do this table that we put together, right? I did this without asking y'all, so I assume it's okay the way I listed it. Capital management, sourcing, and budgeting. CFO.
Budgeting probably, but budgeting might be more of Lawrence.
I'll move it right now.
Yes, probably. The only
I didn't ask y'all when I did it. I was just trying to get.
It's all good.
I figured somebody would cover what we got it. All right. So.
And then just in case if Ben is not there, I can talk about those CPA issues. And he said to me that a lot of folks, if this is beyond, we're looking to go beyond just needing your taxes done or accounting system evaluated. We want to be in there to help you with some strategies to enhance what you're already doing.
Okay.
I like that. Just what you said.
Okay.
All right. So
Cool.
And then from here, so I'll start off with the introduction. I'll bump it to Warren.
Mm-hmm.
Warren will bump it back to LJ.
Mm-hmm.
LJ bump it back to Warren for him to start talking about the
some
capital
of the
management
projects and clients that we've dealt with in the past.
No, he's gonna have already done that part.
Oh,
we now
okay.
want to dig deeper into his area that you gave us our areas that we were responsible for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then he could start to illuminate that. I'm assuming it matches up to the capital management, sourcing, or selecting a bank or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I'll take the operations and client intake design and what our assessment process looks like. And then I'll get into really quick business feasibility evaluation, and then the cost productivity method, which is the same as KPI.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We cool with that?
Yep. And then while you're doing that, at some point we need to open up and say, if any of these areas are of interest to you, this is how you can get in touch with us. And we really want to, because this is your time is so valuable, we want to open up the floor for questions. Maybe there's some things we can answer for you now.
Should we have a live website should we have a website before we go active with this? What do you guys think?
Well, we need something for them because they're going to do their own triage.
Right. We need a landing page or something, some kind of.
Because we can stick in the chat room a link to Business Triage Systems, and I think I have it linked to our email address already.
Mm-hmm. Do we have one of those calendarly things that people could?
We haven't added it, but it's a simple mechanism to just go in and modify that.
Yeah. So I would say that a landing page with that calendarly thing on it would be enough for now, before we get into the bells and whistles and stuff like that.
So, we were talking about open office hours, that our process was to have designated open office hours, and they didn't get to the calendar management until they filled out that document. Do you guys want to do?
Oh, that's true. And I think we should keep that.
They should have access to us until they've done the necessaries.
Right. We've done some kind of, we need to have.
That's Victoria's job. That's Victoria's job to determine if they're fit to move on to us.
Right. And she should have that calendarly thing where she can say, look, I've got an opening. You can meet with Lawrence on X day, or if that doesn't work, then Warren's available, or she could say our expert in this area is so-and-so. Maybe, they need to meet with Ben or whoever it is. Mm-hmm. And then she can control that process. I think that's a better scenario than just letting them, because we learned from 313. Yeah, we learned from 313 strong. If you let them drive, you're gonna end up having to do this, pick that up again anyway. Another people.
Lawrence, I was looking for those assignments. I thought I printed it out. I got so much stuff on my desk.
Which assignment?
You want me to email it?
Yeah, just email it back out again. I thought I printed it out. I thought I created a folder, and I can't find it.
Yeah, just a lot going on.
Okay, Warren, I'm kicking it to you right now. Just scroll down. My response is in there, but just go past my response, and the bullets that he actually gave us are in there. All right, let's try this, guys, and see how it flows.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I didn't close out the document. Let me go back to the document. Oops.
So I was listening, but I wasn't writing. So let me write down.
Recording? So you're gonna. Laura, are you still recording?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, okay. So you captured. So you're gonna do the opening, and then it's gonna get kicked to me.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna talk about the partners we've worked with in the past.
You're gonna first talk about your capital management, sourcing, your banking. Making sure you have the right type of access to capital. Make sure you understand, your stuff, multi.
Silly.
The banking relationships, making sure you understand, your capacity to gain additional access. all that good stuff. The whole you the money man. When they come to you, they know exactly how you're going to deliver. No questions about it. Lawrence is a technician. I'm a practitioner. But you the man that's got to make it rain. And they need to understand that.
Perfect. Perfect.
And the reason I want to go to Warren so he can pass it to LJ and then LJ can pass it back to me. And then we'll finish with, because we want Warren to do the closing.
Right. We want you to close it out. You got to close it out.
Salesman.
I got it. But you know, this is what maybe I didn't go down far enough. Oh, okay. I see it now. I see Lawrence's. I see what you're saying. Okay. I got it.
Okay. We ready?
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna talk off the cuff, so let's see how it works.
Yeah, I love it when we do it off the cuff. I love it.
Talk off the cuff.
Talk off the cuff. I'm ready, Warren. You ready? Because this is how we do it. When you got this many years experience, you don't need a script. Let's roll with it.
Got it.
Okay. Greetings and welcome this evening, or wait, start over because I don't know if it's evening. Greetings. My name is Laura Sigmund. I am the president, CEO at wait, what's my title? I'm just CEO.
CEO.
Not the president. That's a different company. Excuse me.
It is a little different, but if you say it, keep going.
Hello, my name is Laura Sigmund, and I'm the CEO here at BTS Triage Systems. We are a collective group of very talented strategists, specializing in all things finance, management, operations, and funding. We're really excited about having this opportunity to connect with you today. And I want you to be clear that we truly understand the hardship and the uncertainty that this pandemic has caused in the market today. Our firm of experienced experts, collectively, we have more than 3 decades, collectively in different areas of concentration, collectively in finance, marketing, banking, regulatory compliance. You can look at us and say we have over 100 years altogether. Our extensive and successful track record in the state of Michigan does not exclude Oakland, and we're very excited about having an opportunity to have a footprint here in Oakland as well. We are very interested in learning how we can best support you, but we actually have a limitation. Oops, didn't want to say limitation.
If you do, say of time.
We have a full suite of services, and we want to make sure that everything we offer is value added. I'm going to ask Mr. Warren Galloway to Perry and talk about what it is that he's going to cover in our conversation.
So part of your success as a business owner is understanding this concept called capital management. And capital management actually can be broken down to being access to capital. We will, as a team, be able to do an evaluation of your business to determine what exactly do you need in order to not only survive, but thrive in this current environment. We also will assess the different options that are available to you, whether it's bank lending, or if you're a very small company, we can look at some micro lending, we can look at other options. But capital management is essential for you to understand the steps to be successful and access only the correct funding mechanisms that will support you as a business owner. Our goal is to support you with this additional access to capital so that you can thrive going forward.
I did not introduce you, so you have to introduce yourself, right?
Oh, okay. I thought you said Warren Galloway.
But they don't know the COO, right? I don't remember saying that.
Okay, you didn't say COO, but you did say Warren Galloway.
Yeah. I said I was going to pass it to Warren Galloway, but they don't know again, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And so I'm just talking, I'm going to flush that out a little bit more because there's some points I want to highlight.
Yeah, me too. I think I can't read that because it's too much. So what I'll do is to say we understand your hardship and uncertainty. Been there, done that. We've worked with a lot of different businesses, both startups, mid-size, and large businesses. And the pain points are pretty much the same for everyone. We don't understand what we don't know. But there's some things that we can certainly get a better handle on, and that's our financial position. I can certainly say that.
Okay. And see what I want to do. I'm gonna outline what I want to say.
Yeah.
I have it in front of me. What I want to say is, so capital management really consists of 3 different levels that we have to take a look at. And this is how we will evaluate your business to determine 1, how much funding you need, and 2, where to access that funding.
So we
based on our
actually
years of
we
experience.
didn't do it right, Warren. I'm sorry. I just realized my introduction is an introduction to business triage systems. Then your part is to talk about the types of projects that we service, and then LJ's is supposed to talk about here's our suite of services. Then he bumps it back to you to go through capital management.
Mm. Okay,
So and I thought so. I thought I'd say that.
Yeah,
earlier.
I messed that all up. So, because we're
okay.
doing our intro first, we're still doing intro. We're not actually addressing just yet how we support them. We're giving them a better understanding of what it is we do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So let's start over again.
Well, before we move forward, when we say the type of projects, what am I saying in reference to that? I guess
so it's highlighted. It's highlighted. If you pull up that.
Yeah.
Are you in OneDrive?
No, I couldn't find the link, but I have the actual. Actually have the actual document here in front of me.
Okay, so right on the 7th page, it says projects this quarter.
7th page. Okay, let's see. It's not numbered, so. Project service this quarter. The 7th page is Lawrence's small business certification.
Hold on.
Keep going.
I'm looking at it from inside of the online delivery. This is what it looks like.
Okay.
It's not even the 7th page. It's really at the very top. It comes right after it says the firm's overview of scope of services. It's
looking at it right now.
And I don't know that you need to say, do you need to say the company names that we are working with?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Only because
I do think things like Southwest Solutions and organizations that are at least the Michigan Economic Development, we've done some work with them, the startup grants. I mean, if you talk about the kind of things we've done in the last
right, because none of these
months,
are individual businesses except for Little Rock Baptist Church, which we can just simply say a nonprofit, trying to grow a strip mall.
Right.
See, I would think we try to be as generic as possible, only because keep in mind this is Oakland County, and it's still this. L. Brooks Patterson is 10 feet underground.
Yes, sir. You got to understand the
like for
landscape.
Detroit.
Might not be here physically, but
you're right.
Yep.
He's still some dislike for Detroit. Now we could say Detroit Economic Corporation. A member of our team is working on an annual contract with Detroit Economic Growth Corporation. We can say even the city of Flint. But I don't know if we want to say Southwest Solutions in Detroit, and then they say,
right.
all the time they working in Detroit and the nonprofits. That's not what we need.
No,
I'm just thinking of
right.
being cynical,
Right.
Yeah,
I think you're right. If we just say the type of businesses we've worked with over the years, and we've dealt with retail, we've dealt with manufacturing, nonprofit. We've worked all over the state. We understand the geography as well as the needs that businesses have. Because it's like in that PowerPoint, we have a holistic approach. We're not just taking one little piece. We can evaluate the full business from top to bottom. Ooh.
We'll make sure we say technology, because there'll probably be some technology business coming through this pipeline.
Right. So that's okay. So this is why it makes sense. We clearly understand your hardships, our extensive, successful track record of supporting entrepreneurs, not only in Oakland County, but throughout the state of Michigan. And then Warren to jump in with the types of projects. Yes, that flows.
And you could actually start with that next sentence, Warren. Our objective is to provide consulting services that will assist each business that selects our services. To be very sound, become very sound financial businesses that will not only survive the pandemic, but will begin.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right, to see growth as a result.
I just realized, I was like, he read my screen, oops.
Yeah. That's a good starting point. You may not have to say it verbatim, but that's a good starting point.
Let me ask you guys this: How long do we have? Is it 30 to 60 minutes?
Well,
30 to 90 minutes?
if they're giving us it was 60 to 90 minutes. I think that's what it says. 60 to 90-minute webinar.
Mm-hmm.
So
I thought it was 30 to 60. I thought it was
on.
30 to 60.
Let's pull up the email real fast.
And even if it is 90, I would say that we should keep it to an hour.
Right, because that 90 has to be some Q&A. We can't talk that long. It doesn't make any sense to just keep babbling.
I think if we talk about a half an hour and give them at least 15 to 20 minutes to ask as many questions as they want, and during that time, we can kind of pepper the audience and find out, what have you been doing? You know, if we get that silence, I'd like to hear from the audience. What have you been doing to survive this pandemic? How have you pivoted? You know, because we learn as much from our businesses as we also, you know, it's a give and take.
And listen, so if it's close to an hour, this would be my recommendation. I think before we start practicing that we kind of outline some of the things we want to talk about.
Instead of doing it off the cuff, because we could be here all day.
Yeah. If it was a short presentation, we could do it off the cuff because we know what we do. But I think if it's longer, we need to reconvene. Maybe that's what we do Monday morning with an outline, and then practice. And then when we make recommendations, we adjust the outline, and we'll be ready to go. I think because this is gonna. And the reality of it is, if it's up to an hour, that's actually a long time to be speaking.
Even with 3 or 4 people, that's a very dang on long time. Even
it sure is. So,
but if the information is compelling, that time will go by real fast.
Especially if we're allowing for Q&A, and I don't know if it's going to be interactive Q&A or is it going to just be all at the end. Typically, they put it at the end.
Control of that. I think we got control of that. Right now,
I don't know how they're gonna roll it out. See, I don't know if they want. Remember, they asked us, "What platforms do you have?"
Right. But
they may require and request that we do it in advance, and they air it because if we videotape our presentation,
well, that's a different program.
Right.
Yeah. But
we're not videotaping it. It's gonna be a live webinar, correct?
God, I hope so.
Yeah. So if it's live, I mean, we got control of how we can interact. Whether or not we make it interactive, like from the beginning, or we talk a little bit in that. But I think I like what Warren is saying, because we have identified some things in that proposal that we can use to talk about, and I'll use that to finish this PowerPoint.
So let's do this real quick, because I think we need some marching orders. And Warren, you're absolutely right. We can pontificate it. It's almost like choir rehearsal. What we just finished doing almost is like what we would do at choir rehearsal, right?
Right.
Keep playing with it, and hope that we practice it all day long and get to where we're trying to be, so it sounds collective.
Right.
If we all have
each one of y'all got a solo to sing. So.
That's right. that's what it's going to boil down to. The intro, I want to keep it to a minute.
Okay.
I want to simply do an introduction, and then we're giving Warren a chance to do an introduction. Okay. And then we're giving Lawrence an introduction, which is to talk about the suite of services. And then Lawrence bunks it back to Warren, and Warren starts to delve into capital management and sourcing. And then Lawrence starts to walk into that whole, it has to go to LJ again, because
because I'm going to talk about the technique behind
you got the whole list of everything. Right.
You need to be ready.
And I want mine to be the smallest, because it's too technical to talk about KPIs and valuations. I can make it generic, but it's really got to be more about your particular business operation.
Right.
When I'm done, Warren is the closer.
Right. Okay. So let's do that order one more time. So
do that order and add.
So the lineup order is: Laura does an introduction to business triage systems, our years of service. We understand the hardship. We are specialists in these areas. Laura is CEO, Warren is COO, LJ is the CFO, and then I pass it directly on to Warren. Warren then talks about. Then Warren is going to talk about the projects, the scale of projects, to give some density to our capacity to service them, right? And then Lawrence comes back and talks about the suite of technical services. He starts just listing them, He might put a simple line behind what they all are. And then LJ passes it back to Warren. And Warren says, you know, I'm really proficient in understanding your capital management, and that boom. And that's his presentation. He goes in for a length of time into his presentation.
Okay.
He bumps it back to LJ. No.
That should go back to you.
To me, to do my small little bit about operations.
And KPIs.
And KPI.
And then you bounce it back to me. No, then you bounce it back to Warren to close it out.
And then we close it out.
So we need to, you said minute for intro, we need to say 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes to get to our minimum amount of time. Which, did you verify if it's 30 to 60 minutes? I'm trying to go on to.
Hold on.
So
that would be in that email.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Oh, I can't get it off my phone. It's on my iPad. I gotta find the password. Business tree.
I'm in here. I'm in here already.
And Laura, at some point we do need to talk about the process. How do you access us?
Sure. I could easily incorporate, because the process design is not that complicated.
30 to 60 minutes. So we need to be prepared to speak at minimum 30, offer about 15 minutes for questions.
Our intro is going to be 5 minutes between, it's going to be 5 to 6 minutes between just the first intro. That's 6 minutes. Now we got 24 minutes. And if we chunk that, we can do 8 minutes a piece of our areas of expertise. Actually, Lawrence is going to probably need 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe, because he's got the great bulk of the work that has to be talked about.
So can we use the screen? Can we use the screen? We can have something on the screen, because one of the ways that we can slow it down is that we'll point out things.
Talking points.
Talking points. And guess what? It's kind of like an outline. We slow it down. We can go through the talking points and make sure we don't miss anything that's critical that we want to give to our audience.
Right. And if they're viewing it all while we're speaking, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So we need to make sure our presentation is 30 minutes, room for questions, and then if there's some additional information we feel we need to provide, maybe another 5 to 10 minutes.
Warren, it's not going to be 30 minutes. It's going to be every bit of 40, 45 minutes. Lawrence has too much content to cover.
Well, I can shorten it up, and you know I don't talk long about anything. So.
No, but you got to stick to your character. You got to use that space that's yours. You speak in analogies, so you cannot pull back from that.
Okay.
Exactly. Have the keyboard in the back and play a little bit of music.
You're trying to really figure out if you should be using that credit card versus using that line of credit. It makes a whole lot of sense. You know what I'm saying, Warren? When we think about that,
Right. Okay. So then I guess at the end, I think we should, after questions and answers, we should have a closing statement to make sure that if you're interested, you want to get in touch with us.
So the closing statement can be our process. This is how you engage us.
Yes. Yeah. So that needs to be very clear. I think we need to say that more than once.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. But to add additional immediate value to why someone should hire us, the information, Lawrence, that you provided to Laura about the PPP, give them a little teaser and say, hey, have you done what you need to do for your PP loan if you have one to have the loan forgiven?
Do you understand the value of the 941 and the quarterly reportings and how it might actually benefit your forgiveness?
That's right. How
give them a little teaser.
Yeah.
Give them a little teaser.
But
that would
y'all might have to stop me, because I have a tendency to give away all the cookies at the
I will be holding my phone, sending you text messages, bing, 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 because I'm not on the scene long enough. I got the shortest.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, but we don't want to. I mean, we could do that. I do think that's a good idea, but I don't want to try to. And I know how to push that back. because everybody's situation is different. And in order for us to really help you, we got to dig in. We are, here it is, we do comprehensive financial planning work. We don't just, we're not just looking at it and
nothing generic. It's very unique to your particular business model and business process and business position.
Yes, absolutely. But the reason why you want to put little tidbits out there, you want to hit them like, oh, you know, I've been thinking about that too. You know, I need to contact them to find out a little bit more.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So we're talking about real life situations that either they're thinking about or we'll have to think about, and we give little tidbits that we understand. We understand what you're going through. We know what needs to be done to help you forgive that loan. Let us do a complete evaluation and determine how we can maximize the forgiveness of your PPP loan.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And I want to see more. I really want you to sort of like break down that whole Lester capital stacking situation without even saying Lester. I really hope, see, this won't be no 30-minute conversation because I talk through analogy like Lawrence does. When I talk to you about KPI, I'm going to give you an industry in particular that we could pay a whole lot of attention to when we look at KPI and then when we look at a business valuation. For instance, there's a client who owns a trucking company, has a fleet of 10 trucks, and all 10 of them are in good use. They're purposeful for his operation. But the years of service, how long and how much more life does that truck have? It's so important to understand that because your production is tantamount to your capacity to facilitate your service. If you're in a position to not understand that, you don't really understand your key performance indicators, which is why you may need to include a maintenance structure. You may need to have some more safety validations. You may have to have better sourcing and supplier networks. Lots of things go into understanding that valuation footprint. It's not a small understanding. You need to be in a position to better, guesstimate what your future footprint will look like. So we can make this thing do its thing, Warren.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
All right.
Okay, well, we don't need to talk no more on this Thursday, I guess. So we'll do it. I'll type out some talking points for the order so we can be clear. If you see that there's a disconnect, kick it back.
Okay. Sounds great.
But also send us that recording.
Oh yeah, I'll stop. Yep, I'll stop recording right now and send it.
When you do the talking points, I was gonna say when you do the talking points, Laura, add the amount of time that we should dedicate to each one of the talking points.
All right.
So that we can kind of begin to practice on our own.
Truly.
The other thing too, send me the link for the OneDrive to this document. It was kind of hard pulling this up as a PDF, but if I can have a Word document, I didn't download it before. I downloaded it as a PDF, but now that's a Word document.
Okay, I'm grabbing the link right now.
Cool.
All right, guys, I'm so excited. I'm really looking forward to it. We got business triage. Oh wait, dang it! I forgot to tell you something. I did it in haste, but I did it anyway. I need to show you. I'm gonna show you instead of telling you. So I got wind of an RFP in Buffalo and I had 72 hours to complete it. And it was the COVID money. How can you support businesses in Buffalo, New York? And what would be your process to support them? Probably gonna actually download it.
Try something.
Are you guys seeing my screen?
Not yet. No.
Now, I met with these people 2 years in a row. I've been trying to build a pipeline in Buffalo. I got a phone call from the president of the city council who asked me if I was going to participate. And if I was, he wanted me to work through his CDC because I needed a fiduciary. So I grabbed their CDC, which is True Community Development and Best Practices is going to do this in tandem. You have to have a team of at least 3 people to even participate.
Oh, we got that.
What do you guys care about? you care about this. Remember this?
Yeah. Yeah, that came from the
Women.
incarcerated, formerly incarcerated folk.
Or
was
it came from the women's support.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think we may actually win it just on this diagram. Funding and financing support. Lawrence is compliance and operation. We got 2 staffers. Warren is compatible with everything, capital stacking, capital coach, business specialist. Warren, LJ is going to check it out. Look at that. So look at that.
Make sure you got that together. Yeah.
I submitted this Monday night.
Okay.
Awesome.
Wow.
The cool thing is we got all these proposals. We got templates already in place. It should not take us long at all.
Which is why when he said you got 72 hours on a Friday night, I was like, I got it. I'm gonna pull it together. I pulled some stuff from Oakland because I put the Oakland intake process in there, turned around and made a Buffalo intake process.
Wow.
So I submitted that.
We on base. We just got to get the runners in.
He was like, they're not going to pay you any attention without a local organization also being part of it. But I was like, do you have anybody who can bring this kind of weight to the table? Look at my people. My people, great. We don't have 3, we have 5. We got 2 staff supporters, and we've got some technicians and practitioners that do the thing. We're ready.
We ready. Let's make this so.
And most of it, Warren, will actually fall in your wheelhouse because it's about capital stacking. It's about different alternative sources of funds per different business operation.
Do they have a microloan program in Buffalo?
They've got 47 participants in the microloan space.
For one loan, so my goal.
I'm sorry.
Homo put like $5 million every year into a bucket for them to help distressed assets.
Okay.
So you got a lot of participants. They're not all in Buffalo, but they all service Buffalo. Let's just say that.
Okay. Warren,
some of them are all the way in Albany and saying that they service Buffalo. You got people in Rochester saying they service Buffalo. Lots of loan funds. Come on,
that'd be my responsibility to do the due diligence to see who the funders are. Just like I've done in Michigan, find out who all the funders were, statewide, local, who would lend in Detroit.
And so I'm trying to set up another conference because the company that he had me paired with is, she met with the comptroller last Thursday.
Okay.
And she said there's some more projects coming down the pipeline, and as a result, she started her own practice so that she could participate in them, but she don't have the experience, nor does she have the bandwidth, right? She's the executive director of their housing corporation, but she's wanted to start her own consulting practice to try to grab some of these dollars. I'm like, girl, look, let's collab. We bring weighted value.
She was all on board. And what's the name of the organization?
I can't remember what hers is, because I told her I wasn't going to do this RFP under somebody else's that had less experience than me. I got to be the lead. So we'll do it under your CDC as only. So look at what I wrote in the letter. And this is what I told. Can you guys still see this?
No.
I was adamant and very clear that they can only dole out the funds. All decisions, all operational controls are mine. We're the one that we're bringing the team. So look, in partnership with True Community Development, best practices, consulting services will manage client relations, service deliveries, client assessments, and other relevant engagements that enable sustainability for the microenterprise community. True Community Development will support our efforts with compliance, fund development, and reporting, period. That's it.
Okay.
We are able to support the workflow and the program design, the participant selection, and we can liaise between the Bureau, the applicants, and we can support the monitoring and vetting and validation as we are proficient in HUD reporting and eligibility, but we will not, they have no hand on who's getting what, how much money. We set the price on everything.
Okay. Got it. So a couple of things. When we get the contract, we need to establish first register for the state of New York.
I'm hoping we don't have to, because I did the research. It's so expensive to register in New York. I think it's like $750 just for a limited liability company. And then
it might be worth the investment.
If they tell me I have to, if they tell me I have to, we will. But I don't mind operating as a foreign enterprise.
That's probably going to be better and less expensive. Because all we need is permission to do business.
And that's what I said. So I got a local fiduciary who is the anchor, right? They're cutting checks to True Community, but the bulk of the money is coming back to best practices. So if they force me, then we'll do it, but I'm trying not to, because I just didn't see a major return on that. When I went there last year, I was going to do it. I did go and register in Indiana, but I did not register in New York, because after researching it, I didn't like what I saw. Until I have a contract in my hand, I don't want to give up $1,000.
Well, that's just it. Only once we get a contract, I think we still need to have a local presence. PO box with a mailing address. It could be a UPS box. Because guess what? We get this one, then we can use this leverage to get other opportunities in the state of New York.
If anything, I probably won't register best practices, but I have no problems with BTS being registered there, because the more places we are registered, we need to position ourselves to be able to participate on grants. You know what I mean? The more places we're registered in, they don't ask for, our years of service is tantamount to the day we register a business in their state. So that will become one of our I guess, talking points for our strategic planning space. Do we, put a budget up to register in multiple states so that we can start to, because it doesn't matter where we do the work, right? If you looked at quite a bit of those grants, they will ask you what's your community footprint in certain territories. And so we may lose a couple points because we are not able to prove that we're doing a lot of local work. But if we're a registered state business, we're licensed to do business in your state, then we still qualify on some of those grant recipient pieces.
Right.
Okay.
So Buffalo, guys, I'm really hoping that comes down. I mean, I got the phone call. I was like, let me get on here, check this out. I really
there was another opportunity. Oh, go ahead.
I really wish we had longer, but I didn't want to go through the trouble of having you all look at it for us to all get back together and pull together something that we already had. It was just piece it together and send it in.
I think that when any of us get that kind of situation, we got to move on it. I mean, I think we've developed a level of trust.
Of rapport, that's right. That's right.
So,
So could you send that link as well for that proposal, so that we all can have access to it? If we find ourselves in a bind like that, I'll send a text and say, hey, you need to get this submitted. I got the information, I'll submit it. Yep. What was the other thing? Oh, the other thing that we haven't talked about, we apply individually, was work with the Great Lakes Women's Business Council. Have you guys heard anything back from them?
Yeah,
Lawrence, they reached out to you, didn't they?
I did.
I got two. I'm gonna do two. Performance management and remote something.
Okay.
The thing to do is to follow up with Bonita Tyler, because I don't think they have their whole roster filled up yet. I know that they got me doing something on what did I do with the checkup, the financial checkup? That's coming up in January.
In all honesty, I was trying to only do economic gardening, because I kind of like don't want them to have my content, not for no $250.
Yeah.
Economic gardening is just a simple process. I don't want to give them my technique for remote management. But, hey, have my name out there and be able to promote that we are doing something with Great Lakes is great too. I heard that ECN was reviewing my proposal.
That's good.
And I did get one client already in COAC.
Okay.
Oh, congrats. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, excited about that. And I'm looking for one more person to come through that. I did get a phone call today from a Nigerian. I'm assuming he's Nigerian. That's what his accent sounds like. And he said, listen, I want to do some business in Michigan. And we met 3-4 years ago. I kept your number and I'm ready to do some business. I want to be an MBE and I want to find out what other support services you offer. When can I meet with you and your team? His name is Anthony.
What's his last name? Can you pronounce it?
He didn't put it on. He sent me an email, so I'll send him a couple notes. He wants to know what else can we, he was like, what else can you and your team offer me?
Hey, it's vast. You got to ask a more specific question.
Which is why I said to him, why don't you tell me what your needs are, and I'll tell you how we can meet them. You know?
Wow.
Sounds like he's coming to the market with some money in his pocket.
Well, that's why I said when we do a virtual setup, I would love for you guys to be on the call too, because I don't particularly. I'm trying to build business triage while I'm meeting my revenue expectations since I've lowered them. I'm meeting them right now. I had to reforecast. I'm meeting them. So my plan was for business triage systems, anything that I didn't need to have directly on my plate, I would dump into the business triage space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looking at sustainability for best practices without cannibalizing my line of revenue.
Right.
Yeah. So if we keep getting these, and I picked up 3 new people, I got 3 new childcare centers for a business plan.
Okay.
I'm excited about that. I'm getting a lot of referrals in that area.
Good. Yeah, speaking of childcare, what's going on with Kelly? She done dropped off the earth. Have you spoken to her?
What you mean? She's been blowing my phone up every day. I'm like, Kelly, I am back-to-back tied up. Can't help you right now. What you need? She told Durfee, after talking to Warren, and you can't get this under 200,000. I ain't feeling that. I don't feel like giving you 200,000 for your building. That's in her head. She can't get away from that. But she found a building on 6 Mile that's an active childcare center, and they want to sell it. Oh, and then I'll kick it to you right now, Warren. Check it out. Kelly said she found a broker in Oakland County who has 3 childcare centers, and he gave her all the information. I'll send it to both of you because she's trying to validate whether or not it makes sense to just buy an existing business that's already a childcare center.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And one of them is for $75,000. The other one is for $150,000. That includes the building, the existing contracts, the labor, everything, all the equipment.
Wow.
I just emailed it to both of you because, see, to me, if there are people really trying to get out because they're hurting because of the reduced number of participants, now is a great time to poach, you know?
Yeah.
One company was like, give me 75 and I'm out of here. She should be able to get a loan for that.
Yeah, the industry is suffering. Whether we know than that, it's suffering. So. And
we'll continue to suffer they're going to continue. I was looking at, I was doing my run this morning, and 3 of the kids in the neighborhood were all on their back porches. You could hear the teacher over their device being homeschooled, you know, or class at home or whatever. And I'm like, dang, that little kid over there, this has just become the norm for them. So they're sitting outside. One little boy was in his pajamas, would look at a peanut butter and jelly sandwich early in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, he got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. He probably had to make it for himself because there's probably nobody there to make his breakfast, right? Sitting outside in his pajamas.
Listening to the teacher.
And it wasn't even 60 degrees. He had no business being outside. No socks and shoes on the back porch. Yeah, this is their new normal though.
Yeah.
Playing with the dog, a lot of TV.
A lot of teachers talking. This ain't important.
That's right. They can see I'm here, but I don't know if I'm retaining any of it. But that's that. Okay, guys, let's connect on Monday. I'll kick out some real quick talking points.
Okay.
Should we include Victoria in the video for the intake process so we show a little diversity? Think on that.
But is it going to be a video or is it going to be
for our practice right now?
Live?
For our practice right now, we don't think it is. But if they ask for a video, I think we may have to
have to pull all that together. Yeah.
I think we may have to show some diversity.
Okay. Okay.
I was trying to see if what did it say?
I guess it wouldn't be a.
You muted
it
yourself.
Shouldn't be a problem to ask. It shouldn't be a problem to ask them.
Yeah. You muted yourself again. What you doing over there?
Mom, I'm on a video conference with Warren and Lawrence Jackson. You want to say hi to LJ, Mama?
Hey, Lawrence, how are you?
I'm good, cutie. How you doing?
I'm good. You know you're my real one. I'll talk with you later.
Watch yourself now. You're gonna have me come through the phone.
I'm talking about hotspot.
All right, give me 10 minutes, Mama. Bye. She said, you know you her real one. What does that mean?
I heard her.
What does that mean?
That's just between me and her.
I'm finna, Daddy, what does it mean? What does it mean, Mama?
Oh my goodness. All right.
All right, so we cool for Monday, guys.
Yeah.
Lauren,
yeah, I was looking for the email. God,
should
go ahead.
I mean, I don't know if they can come at us in a multitude of different ways. They wanted to know if we had a platform.
We do.
We do.
They wanted to know if we could do webinars. We can. So,
can we, guys, can we consider looking at a website? Because I really sort of think it might be a differentiation.
we're gonna need
at least a landing page.
I mean, we got one, but it's just a Google page, and to me, I think at this point, the representation probably doesn't fit what we want as far as an image. It suffices to have something for people to look at, but I think we may actually need to do a GoDaddy and pay. Hey, Kayla.
That's not that much for a web page. To get the domain name. The GoDaddy does the domain name. You got to have a Wix or somebody like that for the.
No, you can do it all. My entire site is on GoDaddy. I designed it and everything. Best practices.
Really, on GoDaddy?
On GoDaddy. I designed it myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I paid like they did something real bad to me. Hey, Kayla. How much does it cost for us to host and put the website on GoDaddy? It depends on the name. All right. Can you look at businesstriagesystems.com or businesstriagesystems.biz?
Kind of the website.
What's going on?
So initially, it cost me $137 when I was able to secure best practices. Somebody else had it before. They let it lapse. When they let it lapse, I was able to get in because I couldn't get my own business name as a website. When they let it lapse, I got it for $137. 3 years later, it was $400. Now I'm at $700. The more, see, they go up on the more visibility and the more demand there is, the more traffic driven to your website. When they come back and negotiate your renewal, they look at it, because if you don't renew with them, they can sell it to the next person and says, look, it comes with all this traffic.
But the renewal, is it a set fee for renewal, or they can
toggle? Yes.
Really?
It's $11.99 a month.
First year.
$11.99 for the month for the first year.
$11.99 for the first year.
Oh, $11.99 period.
Business Triage Systems is $7.99.
BusinessTriageSystems.com. .biz is $7.99.
.com is
$11.99.
.net.
1,100.
$11.99. $12.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say 1,100. Are you serious? Wow. Okay.
Thank you.
Do that. We need to do that. We need to go ahead and capture that.
We should have. I'll just have him go ahead and set it up.
Yeah. We need to capture that.
Just go
that out. Yeah. What happened to Mr. Galloway? Warren, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm trying to find the password for the email for Business Triage because I need to put it on my phone, and I don't remember the password. I know I sent it to you guys, so I'm looking for the email that I sent it.
Wasn't it the phone number? I don't remember.
I don't remember
Success,
that.
something success 2020. That's something like that.
It was a Success 2020? Okay.
I believe so.
You know what? That sounds right.
What?
I'm still around.
Did you use? Can you just say you forgot the password?
The email.
No.
Yeah, that's another option.
So Caleb said,
I think Laura's right.
If I can talk him into it, I mean, I guess I don't have to talk him into it. We can have Caleb design our website.
I've seen his work. He knows what he's doing. So.
Yeah. And we can set it up, and if LJ grabs a PayPal link, we can just add the merchant services and everything.
That's not hard to do.
Not hard to do.
How much is he? How much is it? What's his fee? What's his fee?
Caleb, how much do you charge us to do a website? Did you just keep walking?
Where?
How much would you charge us to do a website?
Not much at all.
And what does that mean?
Do I need me to manage the website or just?
We need you to make it. Warren's job is to manage it. He loves messing with stuff like that.
I do.
How many pages?
How
many pages do you guys want? 3.
Maybe 2. 2, 3.
2, 3. No, a cover page, a list of our services, and information on us. That's it. 3 pages.
Good.
He said $200.
Let's make it happen.
Yep.
Okay, well, okay.
Make it happen. I just need the info.
You can't.
Tell me you gotta send us an invoice too.
Okay.
Millennial consultant?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
All right, well, Caleb, can you hold that name? Can you go hold it so it doesn't go away?
I need to grab that.
Better buy it.
Get my credit card and just put it on there, please. Thank you. Oh, it is. Thank you.
That looks good. What you eating?
Caleb went in the kitchen and became a gourmet chef. Stir-fried and mixed vegetables and sauteed some chicken and.
That looks real good.
Mm-hmm. Except I ordered some crab. I ordered some crab cakes from Maryland. I had them flown in this morning.
Flown in. To Flushing, Michigan. How you do that? How much does that cost?
$160.
Anyway, I don't even want to know.
$160.
Lord have mercy. Woo. That's all right. Fresh. That's
fresh. I'll be able to get 12 crab cakes, but don't tell nobody. Don't tell no one.
Wow.
And you know something wrong with me. I came all the way to Flushing to have them by myself, so I didn't have to share them with Harry.
Stop it.
Oh, success. It didn't work. Success 2020 didn't work. Are they outside?
He just went.
Okay. All right.
I'll find it because Victoria has it.
Okay.
I tried Success 2020. It didn't work. Man, I thought that was it as well. Success
Oh wait, I can go in here and have it tell me what it is because I do have it bookmarked.
But it normally asks you for the password.
I'm looking for. Got the cell phone.
I mean, I'm in here, so can I just go into settings and get it?
You might, but it usually asks you for the password.
Yeah, it's not going to show it to you. I thought I wrote it. I know I emailed it to the two of you. I just having trouble finding the email. If you can't find it, I'll find it. I don't want to change the password.
Let me look on my phone. BTS password.
So, okay, I think I got it now. It is Success 2020, but it's Success at 2020.
Okay.
I found it.
Mhm.
I found it on something. Come on, come on.
All right, fellas. Well, if you tell me your availability, I'll set up this Nigerian guy. You want to do 9:30, 10 o'clock on Monday morning? Does that work for you all?
Let me take a
Maybe more
look.
like 9.
Say it again.
More like 9 for me.
Okay, because we're gonna get on at 8 o'clock anyway, so we'll conclude our business by 9 and then chat with him for 20 minutes or so.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, that should work for me. Yeah, it should work for me. Yeah, I got the time blocked, so yeah, 9 is fine.
I'll send the link to him right now.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
All right.
Have a good one.
Send the outline and send the link to OneDrive for
I did
both.
for both. You already have it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now I'll take a look at it and good to go. We'll be prepared for Monday to have some real, practice sessions to get prepared for when we get notified that we actually have to do the presentation.
That's what I'll try to get him to have a website. What content do you want me to have him copy the content from our Gmail, from our Google website?
That makes sense. Because it's 3 pages, cover page.
Yeah, and you have our bios, our photos.
Yeah. And keep it simple. Keep it simple.
All right, I'll give him what I have, and then you can always look at it before he publishes it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Great.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Take care.
Yep.
Okay.
Take care. All right.